autonomous region of Åland hosts the International Beach Volleyball Elite for the fourth time as the FIVB heroes arrive in Mariehamn, the island's only town and capital. Finland and Sweden are joint hosting countries, with Åland retaining this unique and stunning identity. You're watching live coverage from the FIVB Beach Volleyball Swatch World Tour as the PAF Open 2011 reaches the medal match stage here in Åland, Finland. Well, the Brazilian women will have to wait a little longer to take what would be a 120th gender gold for their country in Swatch Tour history. Both the world champion Juliana and Larissa and the second Brazilian team, Talita-Antonelli, downed at the semi-final stage yesterday by Chinese and American opponents respectively, and will play out the bronze medal match under cloudy conditions with a temperature very accurately measured for you there at 19.8 degrees Celsius. Bit of wind around, which may interfere with play out there on court. Well, despite the strong humidity, we've escaped too much rain so far today. Larissa-Antonelli will be pleased with that, although all of the four players here clad in their cold weather gear, because with that wind there, it does feel rather chilly out here in the middle of the Baltic Sea. Talita-Antonelli will be playing in yellow today for Brazil, both in their 20s. Both players of high respectability and ability. Their third consecutive bronze medal match. But it's strange having to play the bronze for Juliana and Larissa, aiming to complete their collection of medals from Åland, having won twice with victory in the inaugural 2007 event, another win in 2009 and a final loss last year, meaning they picked up silver. All that's missing then is the bronze. Today they must fight their compatriots if they're able to get that. So the crowd have been coming in dribs and drabs this afternoon. Remember, the final's still to come, and anybody still finishing off the lunch. Centre court preparations being finalised for what is a strange event, in that it's two straight events now that Brazil as a nation has failed to advance a female team to the final. In charge today, Vasilis Vasiliadis of Greece. He'll be our first referee. Big match for him to be given this bronze medal match. And assisted at the other end, second referee is from Poland. It's Robert Bronisz. So time to clap away through the cold. Athletes about to be introduced on the court will certainly keep them warm with the entertainment that doubtless will be on show to the most talented teams in the game. And a very knowledgeable public. Many who come from Åland, many have made their way from Stockholm and Sweden, some of them over from Helsinki and Finland. And they're the joint hosting federations here in this autonomous region of Åland. Here we go then, with the presentation. Juliana, Larissa introduced on the court. The match that they didn't want to be playing with. They were hoping to go for gold. It's trying to salvage a bronze and yet another medal to add to their historic and almost legendary now palmarès. Larissa wears number 2. Talita-Antonelli currently defending third spot on the podium at this PAF Open. It's where they finished over the past 2 seasons, also hoping to make it 3 third places on this year's Swatch World Tour. All ready to go then, plenty of talking points throughout this match once we get underway, and hopefully plenty of quality international beach volleyball. 4 of the most well-known FIVB heroes on the circuit, all ready to face off against each other. I can tell you the girls in yellow, Talita and Antonelli, more or less universally classed as the B team from Brazil, given Juliana and Larissa's world champion status and dominance on the tour. They won the toss, they elected to receive, and it means Larissa in green will serve from left to right to get us underway. She serves long too. Nothing wrong with it trying to test their opponents down the middle straight away. Won't be too disappointed with it, but it's given Antonelli, one of the top servers in the game, the chance to try and get a tail up early on. With the power serve she goes, targets Juliana straight away. Set is very high from Larissa. Antonelli's dug it out. Chance now for a counter-attack, and there it is. Early lead for Talita-Antonelli. Oh, beautifully done. It was nicely set up. Larissa a bit unhappy that Juliana couldn't kill that one, but it was good, strong defending to set up that spike by Antonelli. Very strong and mobile defender. Goes wide this time, looking for the lines. Of course, you have to serve tough against the top teams. Try to serve a little too tough there, Antonelli. It means Juliana will serve with the world champions getting their first point in this match. Float serving towards Talita. No surprise to see Talita targeted, but she sides out nicely. Of course, all four pairings involved in the women's medal matches here have had a bit of extra time to prepare for the last games of the week. Normally, semis and finals played on the same day. Slightly different competition schedule here in Åland, though, allowing for full night's rest before these podium spots are fought for. Chance for Talita now. Right on the line. Two almost identical kills there. 4-1 Talita-Antonelli looking very, very good early on. Juliana and Larissa perhaps feeling a little tiredness in the legs after what has been a very long but successful season yet again. Juliana takes down. Larissa setting up nicely. Oh, beautiful placement by Juliana Felisberta da Silva. Even when they haven't played their best, they fought their way through their big matches and medal matches recently. Biggest example of that was in Poland a few weeks ago. In fact, that's when they last met, these two teams. Semi-final that Talita-Antonelli had control of. Juliana and Larissa coming from a set down in both of their final four matches there. First against this Brazilian team, then against China in the final. Disappointing 9th place since in Klagenfurt. Hoping for a third here. 5-2 down though. First side change means it's Antonelli from the left of your screen now. Set high, set wide, and placed home quite beautifully again by Juliana. A rarity and a bit of calm piece of advice for once from Larissa towards a partner. Hugely feisty, fiery, and pretty aggressive. She means well, though. Juliana changes tactic this time, serves in towards Antonelli, hoping that she fails to side out, but despite the touch on the block, Larissa fails to get there at the second. Antonelli indeed managed to side out, going for the roll shot. Juliana with one touch, call of come on towards Larissa. As Talita fails miserably with serve. 2-point gap though still. Talita-Antonelli, very much about confidence this year, a lack of it. Talita's already complained that they're feeling the pressure of qualification for the Olympics. So much competition in the Brazilian ranks, especially for that second spot with the Salgado sisters hitting form as well recently. Antonelli's been fairly consistent and constant. Has been on form for the past 3 seasons now. Here she is on serve. Very popular player off the court as well, Maria. Double touch. No argument from Larissa. See if they can spot the spin. 8-4 then. Juliana and Larissa yesterday going down the first set to China, remember. Losing the second, being taken to a third, but losing out in that third to the Chinese. First defeat against China since this very tournament last year when they lost the final. 2 line blocks called. See how they're executed. They can't quite get Antonelli into the corner, and she's had an option of going left or right. Went left, went on the angle. Larissa nowhere near it, was hammered down. Good kill in what are not easy conditions to get warm here. Those players out there around half an hour before doing their warm-ups. Running around the court, practicing serves as per usual. Oh, that's nicely met by Antonelli. Chance for a counter-attack here. Oh, yes, and the cut shot to go with it. Well, 9-5, Juliana Larissa in a bit of early bother now. Antonelli brilliantly down. Of course, no touch from Talita meant that it could be set up nicely. And the cut shot got the better of Juliana's block, with Juliana and Larissa taking a breather. Not often you see them called into an early timeout. Many of this crowd extremely knowledgeable about the beach volleyball. 4th year we've been here now. Of course, there is a national Swedish tour as well that is very successful. Of course, those coming from Finland and all about the relative success of the Nystrom twins. We're there or thereabouts in main draw play week in, week out. We'll know as well that it's rather strange to see the world champions in this sort of trouble early on. Well, are they supporting Brazil? Which team, though? These two teams, of course, always difficult to pick a winner when Brazil play Brazil, despite who's playing. Maybe playing against the world champions, but they play each other so often that they know each other so well. Remember, there have been 15 previous meetings between these two teams on the Swatch World Tour, but also the countless times that they faced off against each other on the Brazilian domestic tour. We'll back the head-to-head in a minute as Antonelli comes in, rescues that. Good piece of play, takes control of the situation. Brazil will have a chance though, and they'll affect the counter-attack nicely. I can understand what Antonelli was trying to do there. Juliana Larissa serving to Talita. Oh dear. Both players going for the same ball. She's been husband and wifed by Larissa. Here's Antonelli. Reverse pass nice and close to the net, perhaps a little close, because Juliana's up there. She gets the better of Talita. Might have just strayed into the net, you feel. There we go. Decision would have gone the way of Juliana anyway, hence the hands up in the air. Brazilian team in green, the world champions, of course. Nicely kept in by Antonelli. Oh, it's an unforced error, and it is an absolute collapse. Well, you really feel for Talita in certain situations this season. She's been pretty confident, playing well. Antonelli avoiding a net touch quite majestically there. Only to be let down by a teammate. Talita inexplicably has had moments of collapse in matches. We saw it yesterday as well in the semi-final. That was more a team effort, though, as they move one ahead before the technical timeout. But a good recovery from the world champs. 5 points down, they take timeout. And at the technical timeout, I'm sure they'll have taken having just a single point deficit. So Brazil versus Brazil, world champions versus a team who, particularly last season and the season before, were one of the top teams in the world. And so it's a lot more interesting than it seems to them. Always tight and tense affairs, these all Brazilian matches. Now, I promised news about the head-to-head. Juliana Larissa leading it with 12 wins to 3 losses. Talita and Antonelli, though, yet to taste victory against the world champions in 2012. Quickly mention the meeting in Stavanger. That was won by Juliana Larissa. What about Sanya? Semi-finals then in China. Won again by Juliana and Larissa in straight sets. The last time there was a win for Talita and Antonelli was in The Hague, almost 12 months to the day. Larissa looking to meet this, goes down the line and goes wide. It was nicely blocked off there by Talita. Didn't give her much to look at. Antonelli, firm serving. Larissa the target. Talita's there, repels, but it's blocked out. Disappointment, although she would have been pleased. So again, thwart Larissa in terms of not showing her enough of the net. Nicely down by Talita. Chance to get up and finish off the move. But again, struggles up against Juliana. Juliana, the most outstanding player on the Swatch Tour last year, just starting to make her presence felt. Talita with a bump up. Antonelli looks to try and meet it. It's the roll. Cry from Juliana to a partner to try and meet it. Larissa wasn't interested in that one. Again, could have gone wide. Plenty of space down the line. In the end, Antonelli went the aerial route. Where it was, Talita wanted to get served quickly. Had to wait for the referee. This time the whistle goes. It's a good 1-2 drop just in front of Larissa. Her chance to hit back. Antonelli just about keeps it under control. Chance to spike away, but it was always asking a lot of it. The pass back from out wide towards the net from Talita. Antonelli went for the hard hit. Going disappointingly long. 2 cross-court blocks signalled. Plenty of space cross-court, and although Juliana was reaching that way, it was easy enough for a player of Talita's class and quality. Larissa down the line into space. And it's 14 points apiece as we go to the side change in set 1. As promised, it would be tight and tense. It's exactly what we're getting. There will be an underlying sense of disappointment for Brazil, though. It's a nation failing to advance a female team to the final, an extremely rare occurrence for the second event in succession. Of course, we all remember the Brazilian 1-2-3 just a few weeks ago in Quebec. The opposite end of the spectrum, a real achievement. Even without their World Championship team there, they had the week off as Talita and Antonelli were winners at the Canadian stop. Oh, that's poor. That is very poor. Not even close. I'd argue that she was trying to drop the ball over the net, but it didn't get near to the top of it, almost didn't make the net. Poor contact from Talita, who now must watch as Larissa will serve cross-court. Again, trying to serve tough, only finding the net. She'll do without the glasses as well for the moment. Juliana in that picture has a light enhancers on. A little dark and gloomy, both players going for the same ball. Larissa must make this. Juliana's there. Denied by Talita. There'll be another chance with a high set. And a finish beyond the block of Talita. The defence of Antonelli, nowhere near reception either. Joust nicely won. Good setting. Perhaps a little argument that Larissa might have brushed her body against the net when she was setting there. I don't think Talita saw it, but there was certainly movement on the net. Referee didn't see it either. Antonelli. Taken down. And finished. There is the lead for Juliana and Larissa. That's really well done. Larissa showing solidity in defence.
17-16. Juliana to serve.
Swings away. Antonelli. Oh, that's clever. Disappointment from Juliana. She was peeling off. The ball was already in flight though when she was pedaling back. They've done just as well to stay there and block. 17 all. You can see by that look from Larissa. I think she thought the same. She'll set once more for a teammate, and that's a nicely placed spike. Well, simple tactics won't work when these two big teams meet. That's the reason, the little movements, little changes. Juliana acknowledging her mistake from the previous point. And the fans, well, enjoying the beach atmosphere. Very nice high bump. Sets up Antonelli, who had a little too much time to decide what she was doing there. That's disappointing, and they'll take time out because it's the only weapon left, really. It's an unforced error from Maria Antonelli. 5 or so centimetres beyond the line. And it has cost them the magic 2 points that if Talita and Antonelli fail to stop Juliana Larissa siding out here on a couple of occasions, we'll see them lose the set. So our advertising planes high above this stadium. And you can see the wind not too interfering too much with play out there on the court as it's not getting into the stand, but it is blowing away across the seafront there. The Brazilian flag, the one that represents both teams up against each other here. There will be a Brazilian spot on the podium, but which team will take it? Third place up for grabs, nearing the end of set one, with the world champions having a 2-point lead here. Larissa will serve. Talita's down. Chance for her to go cross-court. It's on the angle. It's nice. And it's a point that allows them a little bit of hope. Larissa swinging the arms at the ball and wanting better blocking. What a reason they're so good. They ask so much of each other. Chance for Juliana to side out here. Antonelli getting to the ball, unable to take the sting out of it. That's set point. Juliana Larissa. Wonderful setting from Larissa. Really did take the ball deep inside the court, had the strength and placement to put it on a plate for Juliana to finish. She'd been told to block cross court. Here we go. They're winning the ball at the first chance. She'll win the second block too. Talita with a third opportunity, and it's third time lucky to deny the first set point. Oh, Juliana hung it out there, but toughing it out too on the other side was Talita. There's the second. And once it's bumped up again quite nicely, there was no mistake with the kill. Good serving. Not great reception from Juliana, but she will manage to finish off the move after it was saved by her partner Larissa. That brings up the set. Disappointment for Talita and Antonelli, but delight for the world champions. Only just made the corner as well. She'd have been in trouble had she missed that, because the reception really made Larissa work there. In a minute, a few home truths being discussed between those who lost the first set. Deep breaths for Juliana Felisberta da Silva. Juliana Larissa losing only one of the last 7 medal matches. That was the final defeat, the gold medal defeat to Misty May and Kerry Walsh in Moscow. But they won the first by 2 points here. 21-19. Juliana Larissa lead Talita and Antonelli in Åland.
Men nu är det dags att hälsa våra tjejparerna. Ge applåder till Juliana Larissa. Maria Antonelli, Talita. Second set.
Well, no real blocks in this match, or too important ones anyway, until these last couple of points. A spate of important ones from Juliana, although Talita was able to get away with it in the end. Antonelli to serve. Start of set 2, and it's a disappointing start for the team that lost it. Lost the first set and must come back here in the second, whereas for Juliana Larissa, it's only the second bronze medal match of the season. He also took third spot on the tour's last visit to the Nordic countries. That's when we were in Stavanger. A good reply from Talita. Important they get off to a good start here in set 2. They lost the first yesterday in their semi-final match. Their first defeat of the week, in fact, when they played Misty May and Kerry Walsh. Strong, powerful hitting. Nice reply, though. Diligent defence, followed by authoritative attacking. Good stuff from Antonelli. Crowd discuss the merits of that roll shot down the line. Oh, reception's poor. Larissa disappointed. Juliana, not the first time we've seen her do that. We saw that on set point, remember. She was saved. But there, Larissa unable to get to the second ball. Float serve is working. No surprise to see it served in toward Juliana again. Talita's there in the block. Bit of a mix-up on the second ball. And although Antonelli tried to pass it into space, world champions get away with it. 2 touches. Oh, whose ball is it? No choice but to put it over on the 3rd touch there. Antonelli, Talita, that's firm, and that is a 2-point lead early on in the second set. It means nothing really as far as the pitch of the set's concerned yet. Remember, this Antonelli and Talita team were 5 points up in set 1. Still ended up losing the set. They've done that far too often this year. Consistency really is the word for them. Another example of a poor net serve from Antonelli. When she gets it right, it's really dangerous. She gets it wrong, though. Can be a handicap to the team. Juliana Larissa with several gold medals this season. 5 to be exact. Talita and Antonelli just 1 goal, but they did come 3rd in Stadia Blanca. And of course Sanya. That one's hit nicely into space by Talita.
Talita to serve.
(5-3). Oh, that's nicely hit. Straight through the middle of both players. As far as Antonelli was concerned, the weight's been shifted to the right-hand side. She was expecting something down the line. Yeah, shifting to her left. Left with her face in the sand, quite disappointed. Antonelli for Larissa. Thought about a kill on 2 there to Juliana. In the end, Larissa will take advantage of it. They bade their time well. Well played.
Avvisröraren in så fint också. Larissa-Antonelli.
Antonelli going high. It's a considerable jump that Juliana has. As well as most outstanding last year, she's a previous top blocker onto her. Antonelli the hit, little help from the net. It was destined for that far corner anyway. The 2-point lead has been reopened. Juliana mopes about as she wonders what went wrong. Not quite on top form block-wise today. She comes with a bump wide again. Larissa will hit that, and it's an extra set cross-court. Well, that's the Larissa we all know and love to watch.
6-7. 6-7. Se om hittar rätt i serven också. Men här är tryck. På förut.
Floats this one in towards Talita. Cut shot comes, and it's nicely placed. Proving a bit of a job to full level this time for the world champs. It's 6, Talita-Antonelli. Scrambling across the sand there. I think had it not touched the net, she might have got there. The net, of course, just taking the pace off it. Ball killed a little closer to that line. It divides two halves of the court. Just enough on it from Juliana. Talita getting mixed up as to whether she'd touch it or not. Had the feeling that Antonelli was coming around to meet it with the reception. But it's the touch that sort of go the wrong way as far as the defender was concerned. Remember, Juliana Larissa, first, second. Can they add a third to that here? Historical results in Holland. They were first ever winners here in the 2007 tournament. That was the inaugural year the beach volleyball came to Holland. No tournament in 2008 because of the Olympics. Oh, good serving. Good serving. This time it's the float serve, well used by Antonelli. Abandons her jump serve policy. And again, that's preying on Juliana's inability to receive quite as well today. The lead's now 3 points. Again, poor reception, it's just about rescued. And she can hit home. Luckily for Juliana Larissa, Larissa is setting well today. It's rare that she doesn't. But, Juliana in so much trouble on trying to receive serve. It's a good job that everything else seems to be working. Well, perhaps I shouldn't have said that. Larissa serve. Not particularly on the money either. Well, it's not too windy out there. Of course, we mentioned it's windy outside of the court, but the court structure itself stopping the wind coming in and affecting play, really. Has to be said, though, that if they are going to The Hague next week, Juliana Larissa won't be looking forward to it. They're not the greatest of winds players. They've had previous nightmares in locations such as Marseille and The Hague itself, where the wind really does affect play. They're back to within 2 points here. Struggling to get there. Technical timeout time with a 3-point difference. So again, work to do. Once more, if they are to achieve a podium spot here and the bronze medal, it will be a victory built out of hard work more than quality and class. Too often you say that about their performance.
And here we are.
This time it's Talita doing the talking. Where can we get to them? So the court's been swept, everything's in order. Technical timeout is finished. We get on to the business end of this second set. In the meantime, time for a sing-song. Antonelli, she'll float serve again this time. No surprise that it's to Larissa, to Juliana, I should say, pardon. Who deals with it well. Needs a good reverse pass and gets exactly that from Antonelli. Solid again. Pass is a good one from Talita. Maria can't rise to meet it right there. Well, there's the first block, well done. Antonelli doesn't make too many mistakes with a free hit. That's exactly what she had. Juliana backpedaling. And will the stoppage, just as it did halfway through the first set, work again for Juliana Larissa in the same way. They're 2 down here. Larissa serving forcefully into the path of Talita. There's a mistake. Don't think it was the greatest pass by Antonelli. Certainly wasn't
Chance to even up the
drifting
score.
way too far over. Now Juliana to wait for that one and just pounce.
Larissa.
1 point now the difference. Larissa again looking confident. Once more in towards Talita. Wants to get her up against Juliana in the block, and listen to that.
Talita.
Look at the theatrics to go with it as well. Hands on hips time from Larissa. The ease with which Talita was able to kill the ball home there, disappointing. The more fiery of the two Brazilian players in green. And Juliana make up for it here, looks to get a cut shot in. Antonelli says no, has a chance to reply. Difficult one to put home here. Almost managed it as well though. Talita into space, into sand, and the world champions once more have to dig deep. It's timeout time for them. Talita and Antonelli coming back off the technical timeout with some real positive play. Had to take advantage of the mistake after mistake that Juliana seems to be making. Not sure exactly what she's saying, but I think it's something along the line with what's up with you today. I know she's been carrying a bit of a neck injury or two. There's Juliana. Walking around with plenty of ice. Almost a constant supply of it this week. End of a long, hard season, but they won't have too much rest now when they go home and back to South America. The Brazilian domestic tour will start up again soon. Of course, their sponsors will oblige them. Not just participation, but top performance there. Well, if you thought it was dull, dark, now add damp to that equation. I'm afraid the rain has just started to fall from the sky. All of these players used to playing all conditions. Shouldn't affect their play too much. Hopefully it won't affect the crowd's enjoyment too much either, as Juliana comes back with a positive play. Sides out immediately. Smashes down well. She'll move to the line. Juliana serving, float serving in toward Talita. Has her over in the corner, exactly where she wants her. She was on cross-court blocking duties there, but failed to execute it well. Getting up a little late, you felt. Oh, it's a top serve as well, right in front of Juliana, who's absolutely having a nightmare today. Just letting her frustration show a little more publicly this time. Step back, the ball seemed to die on it. She might get a little telling off for kicking the ball away there. Certain referees can be hot on that. Antonelli floating the ball down the line. Juliana lines it herself. This time manages to side out. They're still 3 points down on their opponents. Very well done by Larissa. Our producer down in the truck, extremely impressed with Larissa. Able to avoid the net there. A touch on the net would mean the point to the opponents. Nicely dug out. And she wanted Juliana to follow there. Come on, let's have a bit of commitment, she says.
17-13.
Not at the races today, Juliana. Larissa there, diving, left-handed. Still a big ask for Juliana to get to, but there's no dive. There's the set. And it's got the better of Talita, who's angry with herself. All getting very tense again. There's a 3-point lead for Talita and Antonelli, but they know they will have it planted in the back of their mind. They've let so many sets slip this season with a good lead already in the bag. Something that the world champions will know about. Will try to exploit now themselves. Bumped up, Larissa, try to finish the job and does so. Well, there's one of those points back.
15-17. Juliana igen. Ska de komma närmare?
17-15. Good touch from Larissa. Bump up helped to finish the job. Good service. Very good service. Talita takes time out. She doesn't want any more momentum building in the green half of this all-Brazilian duel. Juliana has done one thing well today. It's float serve. Talita herself knows that reception and digging is the weaker part of her game. Just trying to talk herself into a positive frame of mind. In the meantime, Larissa will change tactic and bring out a bit more positive and caring language to a teammate, which is not often you see that. Giving her the arm-rounder treatment. Meantime, the responsible organisers doing their best to hand out rain max before the downpour gets any more serious. Those in yellow, Talita-Antonelli must think that the whole crowd's against them. Screen the colour of our sponsors this week. Timeout over then. Just a point in it now. Juliana to serve once more. In towards Talita. Doesn't really test her this time. But Juliana will get there. Oh no. Double touch. Larissa called for a setting for the second time in this match. Couldn't argue with the referee, but nevertheless shakes her head as she walks away. Team 16 to score.
Now we have the ball.
Not the way to start post timeout for Juliana and Larissa. Antonelli will float. It's left, and it's a good leave, certainly considering the lack of confidence that Juliana must have at the minute on reception. I just feel that she's got a big red target strapped onto her. Everything's gone away. It has been the Talita-Antonelli tactic today. He's well covered up in the meantime. Big cry of mine from Antonelli. And it was a good cry, did well, took control of the situation. Decent bit of serving by Larissa. Just trying to plant the seed of doubt. Nice high bump set from Talita. Larissa this time gets a setting right. Chance for a counter-attack straight away though. Antonelli can bring up set point here and does. It looks increasingly like we're going to a tiebreaker. Lovely reverse setting. All the time in the world to set herself there, Antonelli. Set point it is. Larissa setting wide. Good defence. This time it's Larissa's turn to spike home. So much space down the right-hand side. And she saves the first set point. Oh, look at that for a spike and defence. Spectacular piece of beach volleyball. It's finished off quickly without further ado, really, by Larissa Juliana. Still 2 set points to save. If they're to do it in straight sets, the world champs. Talita to hit. And she, despite the blocking presence of Larissa there at the net, will get the better of her. Larissa blocking for the first time in the match. Just the place that which she found herself in. Switch of tactics not working. For the touch though. It's a second set to Talita and Antonelli, meaning we have a race to 15 and a chance for everybody, young and old, to enjoy one of the classics of beach volleyball. Brazil versus Brazil, an exhibition of quality both technically and emotionally as well. These are some of the top moves we've seen so far. 2 tight sets, well fought out between extremely gifted players. Talita and Antonelli might be the second team at the minute in terms of success for Brazil. Playing for almost any other country on the planet, they'd be the top dogs. The Brazilian beach volleyball program is full of talent. So where does each team go from here? For Larissa and Juliana, they'll begin this third set serving. Don't be surprised to see them throw the majority of serves the way of Talita. Has worked for them on occasions. No doubt that Talita-Antonelli will try to continue to pound misery upon the shoulders of Juliana. Good serve by Larissa to start off. Talita-Antonelli getting lucky. Nothing that neither Larissa or Juliana could do about that. Both going for the same ball, instinctively as well. That rebounded off the net. Antonelli in the meantime with a very good float serve down the line. Juliana not quite siding out. In the end she'll manage it. Well done. Well, she received brilliantly down there to her left. One that she couldn't leave. There was a danger it could become an ace. So credit to Talita for a difficult touch there. Unable to finish the job though. Oh, and she gets lucky finally. Punch of the air out of your picture there by Juliana Felisberta da Silva. Net serve squeezing over. Should have been happy with that one. 2-1. There's that float serve moving from right to left. Very, very well. Talita though, showing good authority on the spike. Beautifully placed. Touch on the block. It'll be passed here. Passed into a very good part of the court, but look at that for a defence. Well, just as Antonelli might have thought she had it. Such disappointment from Talita and her partner. Well, many a day that would have crept in. Reception from Juliana. Suddenly she's turning on the style. Not only receives, but kills the ball in one fell swoop. 3-2 suddenly to the world champions. Larissa swinging, floating the ball just about everywhere. It's making play very interesting indeed this afternoon. Talita though, going into one of those dark periods and passages of play, which have caused her so many problems this season. Juliana on one of the rare occasions making a blocking position. Couldn't repel the ball right though. Hasn't made too many of them, has she, today? Won't be too much consolation to Talita, who has her own troubles. The whistle's gone. Net touch. Point will go to Juliana and Larissa. Oh, will it? No. It's gone against them. It's because it's a foul in the end by Larissa, who's crept over and got in the way of Talita. It was down there. It's not allowed, of course. Oh, that's a very good serve. Oh, dig it up, she says. Actions to go with the words from Larissa. Juliana struggles once more with the float serve. Look how it moves. Vicious swing from right to left. Nice setting. Vicious attacking, but look at that for digging down and defending. Antonelli again looks to pass it over the net once more. It's without any luck. Well, after pulling off that first piece of defence, perhaps well within your rights to think you'll have a good chance to win the point. Antonelli, though, seeing her efforts fail. Here's the 27-year-old from Resenja bumping up. And a partner who hails from Grosso do Sul, but has lived in Rio de Janeiro ever since she was a teenager and went down there to train with the great Jackie Silva. Finishes off the move nicely. Juliana into the net. Disappointing for the world champions. And they want that elusive Olympic title next year. It's the only real title they haven't won in the game yet. The re-emergence of Misty May and Kerry Walsh might pose a problem to them. Misty and Kerry will see in the final a little later on against China. That's due to commence at 3:45 local time. That's Greenwich Mean Time +3, wherever you're setting your watches in the world. Larissa, point down. Antonelli can side out here for that 2-point lead, fails to do so. Larissa, counter-attack, cut shot, and the point to take it a 7 each. Brilliantly done. Well, it's the cut that failed, only due to the fantastically accurate and committed defending that was carried out by Larissa. Good play. Talita-Antonelli changing the angle at which they would attack the ball. And Juliana failing to deal with it. Antonelli having the court opened up for a by a partner. Good news is the rain hasn't got too hard here. Just a few spits and spots that seem to have dried up for the moment. Bump setting. Putting it in a decent position for Juliana, who went long. And now Talita-Antonelli have a lead in what is a vital part of this match. Apologise for those of you who join us every week, but those who are new, remember, we only played a 15 points in these third and final sets. Each mistake is magnified. Needed to make that one. 3-point lead at this stage would have been very difficult to make up. Larissa, for once, giving some Boris's encouragement, realising that the partner's having a difficult day. Okay, that was good, come on, but we need more now. Need another of those good float serves. Talita deals with it well. She goes long, quiet out from Larissa. And Juliana, for once, making it too difficult for her opponent at the net. That was the result of it. World champions are level, 9 points apiece. Brazil versus Brazil in the bronze medal match in Åland. Nothing to separate the teams. Talita to rise, Juliana to make a very important block. Now where did that come from? We've been waiting for it all match. Combination of block and net. That celebration shows you how much they've been at a premium in this bronze medal match. Collector's items. Meantime, no panic from Talita. Okay, she's beaten once. She'll roll down the line. What she's best at, just measuring those roll shots. Trademark to her, really. In the end, she cut this ball. Cut it long, though. Venomous hit. Solid defence, though. Went over at the first time of asking from Antonelli. Larissa given a second opportunity, does not fail. First power doesn't succeed, why not try accuracy? It's exactly the sort of theory she carried out. 11-10. Slight advantage now for Juliana Larissa. Every time they side out, they have a single-point lead. Cry of mind from Antonelli. Sets nice and wide. Cut shot is just too good for Larissa. Juliana offering no resistance in the block, backpedaling quickly. So much space to aim at. Larissa not even bothered diving for that one. Antonelli showing that she's a rounded performer. Not all about power. Needs to get to this one too. She's going to have a chance to spike away here. This for the lead. Well, returned by Larissa. Talita's chance. And it's Juliana once more with a block, and what a time to hit top form. She's been absent from the majority of it. Just when Antonelli and Talita could swing the advantage back to themselves. It's she that hangs high, Talita that fails. Off the net. Juliana and Larissa on a point ahead once more. Still could do with eking out another point cushion. They would have the first match point chance if it continues at this rhythm, though. Meantime, Antonelli, the end. After a little bit of confusion, manager to side out. Dealing with the pressure much better today. Perhaps because they haven't got the all hopes of a country on them. They, of course, want the bronze medal. But either way, it's going to Brazil. Talita with a touch. Antonelli unable to read it. Wanted Talita to block cross court there. Talita reaching up, blocking the line. Antonelli, though, she wanted a point with a block cross court, already gone line. Hence the reason she was unable to pick it up. (13-12) in favour of Juliana and Larissa. The latter to serve. Touch on the net. Which is Talita, wants to finish off. Nicely kept in play. This is the chance to bring up match point. For the minute it's denied. Talita off the net, into the sand. And a golden opportunity for Juliana and Larissa to really pile the pressure on their opponents, goes begging. It could happen here with a side out. But whatever happens, Antonelli has work to do with the serve now. Whoever wins this point will have a chance, or the first chance at least, to finish off the match. It's that time. Bump high, bump wide. Could well be Talita here, though. Looks to get a poke on. It's a carry given against Larissa. The Greek referee had it right under his nose. He's in no doubt. The foul occurring out of your picture given against Larissa. And it is match point to Antonelli. Larissa carrying possibly the worst time in the match. Needs to set well here. Juliana manages to save the match point, go to 14-all. Still mileage left in this match yet. 2 clear points then from here on, and it is as simple as a 2-point game now. Prize at stake is a bronze medal on the Swatch World Tour in Åland. Bump high for Talita. Hits down, hits the sand, and it would be match point chance number 2 for the challengers. Challengers in the sense they're playing against the world champions, but remember it's their title, or the bronze medal holder they're defending here. Won it 2 years ago, won it last year. Close to getting it on the serve there, as there's a late rescue that comes in from Larissa. 2 match points go a-begging. Well, very good play from the world champs. First the dig by Juliana to get there. Larissa had to avoid the net touch as well. Managed to poke it into space at the first time of asking. 15 points each. Solid swing on the ball, but it's well dealt with by Talita. And they'll go again. This time they have their top server on fire. She's hit many an ace down the years, as Maria Antonelli, but now will be the time to fire one down. She's been float serving for the second half of this match. It's the tactic she'll use again here. Swings it in to Juliana. Receives, she's been put wide. Talita getting up there to take a touch on the block. Not good enough, though. Well, it was good serving. Put Juliana exactly where they wanted her. Very little options for the Brazilian world champion to fire home, but she managed it. 3 match points have gone. Juliana and Larissa are digging in. Serving towards Talita. He bumped up, chance for her to finish off, and the match point run continues. Sooner or later, though, if they keep missing them, they know that the mistake may come. And the advantage could swing to their opponents. They have to take one of these. Juliana again up in that corner, and again siding out. So much pressure on them here. She's been better in this third set, eventually got going, made a couple of blocks, and has started to side out with more regularity. 17 all now. Good serve by Larissa, well taken down by Antonelli. Just about squeezes in. Well, she was forced to hit that from well behind the net. Once it took the touch, you wondered whether it would make it. Half a hint that that mistake we said might come, would come. As the Chinese B and C teams look on, Yuan Yue and Huang Wang in the second row there. They went out early on in the tournament. Good serve it was. Match point number 5 this. And it's just about in from Larissa.
On the baseline of Talita. Push. Den ska få nästa matchboll. Vi har 5 raka. Larissa-Antonelli, Talita. Juliana servar. 18-0.
Little tactical planning from Larissa. This is one of the points where the pressure is somewhat off. No immediate consequences in terms of losing the match. 18-all. But that pressure will be placed firmly on the world champions yet again now. 6th time of asking, can they do it? Remember, they haven't beaten their compatriots this year. Talita-Antonelli. In towards Juliana. There's the chance, but it goes a begging. Juliana once more on the money. Responding much, much better to that pressure. Nice hit on the angle. Now at 19-all. Down the line, top serve, and how things change and how quickly. 6 times Talita-Antonelli had the chance to close out the match. Suddenly, with a very, very good serve by Larissa, it is match point to the world champions. Well, they live to regret all those missed chances. Cut shot there. Now here comes a counter-attack chance. Larissa, there's the win. And after surviving 6 match-point attempts from their opponents, it is the World Championship team of Juliana and Larissa who close out what has been a wonderfully contested bronze medal match at the first opportunity. Mistake finally coming from their opponents. A victory well fought for, and they had a bronze to their 2 golds and silver from 4 years of competition here in Åland. So 21-19, 18-21, the third set going to 21-2. It lasted that long, 21-19. A very close match indeed, the women's bronze medal offering just a little glimpse of what we have to come here today in Åland. Remember, the women's final to come, the men's semi-finals as well. Victors at the moment, as we see Brazilian and wannabe Brazilian dancers come to play, is for the World Championship team, Juliana and Larissa. A Brazilian win, Brazilian dancers. Be forgiven for thinking of the Rio Carnival. Not quite. Might be cold and windy, but it is certainly a hot atmosphere here in Åland. Delight then for Juliana and Larissa. They close out the match. A very hard-fought match against Talita-Antonelli. Win number 13 in Swatch Tour history against their compatriots for them. Referee called to make a couple of decisions. Nothing too much that influenced the match. In the end, the Brazilian flag flies high, with Juliana and Larissa occupying the 3rd spot on the podium. We'll leave you then with the couple best images of this match. Return for the final in just a few moments' time.